Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Brother Steve back with another video. Hope everybody's doing good today. All glory and praise to the Most High. Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya, Ba'ashem Yeshaya, Wabawat, Kadesh. Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining me, back for another recording. Well, I want to talk to y'all about something. I do have a message, a warning. Brothers and sisters, I was told to tell them. I was told to tell them. I was told to warn them. I was told to warn them. Brothers and sisters, we all have something from our past that perhaps a certain event that resonates, that stays with us, whether it was directly or indirectly, influence with you or someone else. But there are just certain things that happen in our lives that tend to stick with us. There are certain type of things that we try to bury in our past and in our memory. And then time to time, those unfortunate events tend to, they tend to rise. They tend to emanate. They come up. So I want to talk to you today. And this is a warning. It's no one specifically. But I was just told to tell them because it was on my spirit. So I have to tell them, whoever they are. So I want to talk to you today about Deborah, Idris, and Isaac. Now you're probably wondering, well, who are they? Well, I'm going to tell you. Brothers and sisters, years ago, I knew a married couple named Deborah and Idris. Now, mind you, I didn't know Idris, which was the husband of Deborah, but I had met Deborah on multiple occasions. Deborah and Idris were married. Brothers and sisters, we all know of someone that has been involved in adultery, extramarital affairs, and I'm sure a lot of us have remained complicit. Some of us were enablers of those types of behaviors. Some of us perhaps may have not known the details of what was going on with people that we knew that were involved in those situations, adultery. Brothers and sisters, I have to talk about this. I don't like it. Adultery is just one of those things that the damage that it causes families and its destruction. People that are involved in adultery, brothers and sisters, I'm just going to say it's one of the most grievous, gross sins committed by man and woman. See, adultery in itself is driven by an insatiable lust, a fantasy that materializes into a reality of an illusion which then turns to a delusion. And in an unrealistic fantasy, most people that are unhappy in marriages who are not able to deal with the root issues at its core, those individuals are always seeking a way out. They're looking for a quick fix. And they think by having an extramarital affair or committing adultery that could somehow take away from the root issues that they have within their marriage. Adultery in itself, brothers and sisters, is predicated on anger, unforgiveness, and pride. See, in adultery, brothers and sisters, I don't care how you rationalize it. I don't care how you justify it. There's nothing that no one can tell me that can justify adultery. Period. So let me just get back to the story. Deborah, Idris, and Isaac. Deborah was a lady that I once knew who was a very, very fun-spirited lady. She always was smiling every time I would see her. Very pleasant to be around with. Now, Deborah was older than me at the time. She was friends with my ex, and brothers and sisters, I was in total ignorance of what I was truly really involved in terms of knowing what was going on with Deborah. In fact, brothers and sisters, I had no idea that Deborah was even truly married. I never knew that. You know, with women tend to keep things among themselves. They discuss certain things. You know, we as men, we don't really have time to be in our women's business like that. You know, wives, girlfriends, like I said, we too busy making money, working, trying to pay bills, trying to do this, trying to do that. So, and brothers and sisters, you got to forgive me. I don't mean to be long-winded. I just got to tell it like it is. Isaac is a gentleman that I met with Deborah. Now, Isaac wasn't Deborah's husband. When I met Isaac, brothers and sisters, I can just be honest and tell you, well, the spiritual sense that I got, the spiritual energy that I got from Isaac was a lot of unease. This guy here had gold teeth. And I ain't going to even lie, brothers and sisters. I mean, this Isaac character, he looked strange. Yeah, he did. He looked very strange to me. I didn't sense masculine energy from him. I didn't. I had bad vibes about him. I just didn't feel right. But there was no offense. There was nothing that he did to me out of ordinary. But I was always uneasy around him. Brothers and sisters, Later on down the road, I come to find out that Deborah was getting married. She was getting married to this Isaac. I remember being invited to some sort of party they had. And I went. When I got there to the party, there were people that I didn't know. But you know something, brothers and sisters, I had a very, very eerie feeling being at that party. It was their engagement party. And I remember walking into that party, and all of a sudden, as soon as I walked into that room, it was almost like everybody was staring at me. Now, I don't know why they were staring at me, but they were. And me at the time, being extremely observant and filling out the environment spiritually, I was uneasy. I went anyway. So just like any other party or occasion, the normal festivities carried on. I didn't really talk to nobody up in that place. My ex and I, we spoke with Deborah, and Deborah introduced us to Isaac. So as the night went on, I was really, really getting impatient. I didn't want to be there no more. I was ready to go. But I was trying not to be a party pooper. But brothers and sisters, I'm going to be honest with you. The whole environment up in that place, the atmosphere just reeked of darkness. But yet, all I could see was people smiling and smoking, smoking their weed and drinking and doing all that stuff. I was uneasy the whole time. Brothers and sisters, let me fast forward this concerning Deborah. Deborah was married to Idris. The first time that I met Idris, I pulled up with my ex to his house. And brothers and sisters, he had one of those huge, big homes, 4,000 square foot home. And when I met him, I'm going to be honest with you, I looked at this brother and I could see hurt, I could see confusion, I could see pain on his face. And I didn't know the details of why. Well, brothers and sisters, I found out why. Idris told me and my ex that his soon-to-be ex-wife, Deborah, was divorcing him. Now, mind you, brothers and sisters, Idris had a beautiful home. He was an entrepreneur, hardworking man. So I couldn't understand that at the time. I didn't know him like that. And I wanted to ask him questions, but I really couldn't because I didn't want to, cross lines and get nosy. Brothers and sisters, eventually I came to find out why Deborah wanted to divorce Idris. Well, according to the narrative and the story was that Deborah fell out of love with her husband. I was told that Deborah was not in love with her husband anymore. I was told that Idris worked too much. Brothers and sisters, I thought to myself when I heard that at the time, here it is, you got a man providing for his wife, child, sustaining a home, self-employed, entrepreneur, and yet he had no idea what was going on behind his back. When I sat out there and I looked at Idris out the window, once again, brothers and sisters, I seen sadness, I seen hurt, and I seen an immense amount of pain and affliction on this brother's face. Because he truly loved his wife, Deborah. He did not want that divorce. Brothers and sisters, Deborah and Isaac ended up getting married. And mind you, Deborah was not divorced from Idris, but she married this Isaac character, this clown. Well, brothers and sisters, here's where the SHIS, the SHI, hits the fan. Here's where it hits the fan, brothers and sisters. So my ex gets a phone call. She gets a phone call. And the phone call that she received was from Deborah's mother. Deborah's mother tells my ex that Deborah died. Deborah died. When I heard it, I couldn't believe it because she was, at that time, in her early 40s, late 30s, but she died. Apparently, she died in her sleep. She was a healthy, beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. She was beautiful. I ain't going to lie. She was a beautiful, healthy woman, and she died in her sleep. Brothers and sisters, later on, probably a couple days later, 2 or 3 days later. I don't remember. It might have been 2 or 3 days later. The man that she married, Isaac. Now, mind you, brothers and sisters, they used to work together. And Isaac was at their job trying to collect insurance money. Trying to collect insurance money off his new wife, Deborah, who just died. He was trying to get the insurance money. That's the first thing. The second thing, brothers and sisters, is that Isaac, when he went up to his job, had another woman with him. He had another woman with him. Deborah's family found out. Deborah's family found out that he was up there at their job. He was up there at their job trying to get the insurance money, the payout for her death. Immediately after, when the family got up to their place of employment and job, they were fighting. The families were fighting this guy and the woman he was with. Ooh-wee. Brothers and sisters, Deborah's husband, Idris, he had no idea any of this stuff was going on. None whatsoever. Come to find out, brothers and sisters, this Idris character and clown was also discovered to be bisexual. That's right. He had a woman, and he was also supposedly rumored to be bisexual. Brothers and sisters, I mentioned earlier in this video how I had strange, weird vibes about this guy. I didn't detect that masculinity in him. He was one of these type of guys that was one of these Rico Suave type soft cats. Gold teeth. Never liked being in his presence. And I always feel something was off with this cat. But this is who Deborah married over her husband. And lo and behold, Deborah dies in her sleep. A day or two later, he up there at their job getting her insurance money. And had a woman with him. All hell had broke loose. Brothers and sisters, I don't know what became of this Isaac clown. I don't know what became of Deborah's soon-to-be ex-husband, Idris, I don't know. I don't know, brothers and sisters. But what I do know is this. There were many people that knew Deborah and Idris, their marriage. And I can guarantee you, the majority of people that knew them as a married couple were complicit with the crime. They were all enablers and complicit with the wickedness, the collective wickedness and destruction of their marriage. And it's beyond me to even fathom. Did anybody ever go to this brother Idris and say, yo, your soon to be, your wife, soon to be ex-wife, is marrying somebody, and you still married to her? Brothers and sisters, I don't know what transpired that happened. But what I do know is that Deborah died in her sleep. Deborah died in adultery. Deborah died in adultery. And she didn't realize she met Satan and this guy called Isaac, a clown, who never loved her anyway. He was after her money. Brothers and sisters, I don't know who this is for. This is just a warning. I was told to tell them. I was told to tell them. I was told to tell them, whoever they are. See, the Most High takes vengeance. He takes marriage, the marriage covenant, very seriously. There are people that have died in adultery. Y'all know it. Y'all know people right now, in the time we living in now, that think everything is going to go on as it once was. Eating, marrying, and drinking. People thinking that the Lord Yeshua Christ Jesus is delaying his coming. Brothers and sisters, I can't tell you how much adultery I've seen during the pandemic, sitting at the parking lots. I can't tell y'all how many people I've seen meeting up. One truck pull up, another car pull up. The man got the wedding ring on. The woman got the wedding ring on. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I be out working. Yes, I be out working. Those time of the mornings. And mind you, they pulling up. I'm seeing kisses. I'm seeing hugs. The man get in his truck, the woman get in her car, and they go separate ways with rings on their finger. I can't tell y'all how many times I've seen that. See, brothers and sisters, even in this pestilence, this judgment on the earth, there are many of those that still continued. They still perpetually operated in their wickedness and sin, not understanding what time it was or what time it is now. I can't tell y'all how many times I've seen that. I've seen that over and over. I'll be out here working in various different places. People married with their rings on. And every time I would see it, I'd just shake my head. Brothers and sisters, I didn't want to talk about this. I didn't want to talk about this, but I was told to tell them. I was told to tell them. Don't know who it's for. I know this has been on my spirit and on my mind for years. for years. If you were in a situation of adultery, if you were committing adultery on your wife, on your husband, this is a warning. See, when that death angel when that death angel is moving throughout the earth, if you were caught in that, it ain't gonna be good for you. Deborah died in adultery. She died in her sleep while she was still married to Idris. And the man that she married, Isaac, his fruit showed he was after the money the whole time. And Deborah could have never seen it coming. And I've thought about her so many times. I've thought about her. Well, brothers and sisters, I didn't mean to make this video too long, but I was told to tell them. I was just told to talk about this and tell them. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want, this is a very sensitive topic, but you know what? I pray that this reaches to whoever need to reach as a warning. If you're in adultery, get out of it now. Children suffer. Families suffer. You have no idea how much destruction and damage that's going to bring. It destroys the ministry and covenant of family. All right, brothers and sisters. God bless y'all. Shalom. Y'all stay up, and I'm out. Peace.